There are 70,000 European companies that export goods and services to Canada. More than 50,000 of those are SMEs, small and medium enterprises. And they employ altogether, directly and indirectly through their suppliers, more than 850,000 people. Of course, these are all what we call normal Europeans. They have families, they have careers. They depend already on exports to Canada. By removing many of the hurdles, some of them really silly, irrational, for exports between and generally for economic activities between Europe and Canada, more companies, more jobs, more destinies will be improved. Very likely. There's no absolute guarantee that a trade agreement would lead to some economic miracle. CETA will definitely not lead to an economic miracle. It's not the solution to all the problems, but it will definitely help the economy of Europe and the economy of Canada have better choice, better opportunity, more jobs, more growth, again, without being a miraculous cure for all of our ills. CETA is not touching in any way, directly or indirectly, our laws, our standards. Everything that we have made as social choices and is enshrined in law in Europe stays intact. There used to be fears that what we call the ISDS, the Investor to State Dispute Settlement System in CETA, would be able, by allowing companies to sue governments over legislation, would be able to induce a regulatory chill. We have replaced, and this was really the determined action of the S&D Group. We have replaced the system with a system which is very close to the courts of our member states, or to the International Court of Justice or the European Court of Justice, which really guarantees, with public judges, with transparency, with a court of appeal, that public interest is really sacrosanct throughout the process, including in terms of investor-to-state dispute settlement. I do believe that there's no risk whatsoever of a flood of GMO crops or of any other type of product being sold to the European market which does not fully respect our standards. What I would say to the Prime Minister of Canada is, on top of course, welcome to Strasbourg, to the seat of the European Parliament, which is the seat of a very vibrant democracy. We had a lot of pluralism and debate and contradiction and dissent on CETA itself, but that dissent, particularly in our own group, which was very intellectually rich and constructive, that dissent was the fuel for the improvements, the changes that we together, the European Parliament, the Commission and the Trudeau government, have brought to CETA, really making it a truly progressive agreement. If we had not had this dissent, these contradictions, these debates within our own group and within Parliament, I'm sure CETA would not be what it is today, and it would probably not be votable or adoptable. I mean, it would not qualify politically and morally and economically for a vote in the European Parliament. We have just voted on it. I believe this success is due to the changes that we have made together. And this would not have been possible without the beauty of the pluralism of this House, to which he is very welcome.